We're live from New Delhi, watching DD India Live, India's voice to the world. I'm Lipakshi Khurana, coming up in the next 30 minutes. Members of Parliament carry strong message of zero tolerance against terrorism as India begins its diplomatic outreach on Operation Sindoor. First two delegations of the 7 arrive in Japan and UAE. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to virtually inaugurate 103 Amrit railway stations. Redeveloped Amrit stations across India will boost comfort, connectivity and celebrate our glorious culture. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar meets his Danish counterpart Lars Løkke Rasmussen in Copenhagen, hails Denmark's support against terrorism, also meets Indian community representatives. Donald Trump seeks explanation from South Africa's Ramaphosa over white genocide claims. Ramaphosa denies that his country confiscates land from white farmers. Fifth round of US-Iran nuclear talks set for Friday in Rome. Iran insists it won't stop enriching uranium. And on to the details now, as India's Operation Sindoor global outreach began on Wednesday. First delegation led by Janata Dal United MP Sanjay Jha reached Japan. Leaders accompanying Sanjay Jha are BJP MPs Aprajita Sarangi, Brij Lal, Hemang Joshi and Pradhan Barua. Trinamool Congress Abhishek Banerjee and ex-diplomat Mohan Kumar, CPI Marxist John Britas and Congress veteran Salman Khurshid. Later on, the delegation will head to Indonesia, Malaysia, the Republic of Korea and Singapore. The second delegation, headed by Shiv Sena MP Shrikant Shinde, reached United Arab Emirates. The delegation, consisting of BJP MP Masuri Swaraj, Atul Garg, Bar Council Chairman Manan Kumar Mishra, former parliamentarians SS Ahluwalia, Mohammad Bashir, BJD MP Sasmit Patra and former diplomat Sujan Chinoy will also visit Congo, Sierra Leone and Liberia. Well, over the next few days, as many as 7 delegations will visit several countries to address policy makers, elected representatives and audiences. This outreach follows India's airstrikes in Pakistan under Operation Sindoor, carried out to avenge the Pahalgam terror attack in which 26 innocents were killed. While marking a historic leap towards modernizing Indian railways, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will inaugurate 103 redeveloped railway stations under the Amrit Bharat Station scheme. The Amrit stations will boost comfort, connectivity and celebrate our glorious culture. Well, inauguration of 103 redeveloped Amrit stations in 86 districts across 18 states and union territories of India, developed at a cost of over 1,100 crore rupees. Over 1,300 stations are being redeveloped with modern facilities designed to reflect regional architecture and enhance passenger amenities under the Amrit Bharat Station scheme. The redeveloped Amrit stations across India integrate modern infrastructure with cultural heritage, passenger-centric amenities, including those for Divyangjan and sustainable practices to enhance the travel experience. Well known for its famous Karni Mata temple, the small town of Deshnok in Bikaner is all set to host the Prime Minister of India. After the tremendous success of Operation Sindoor, Prime Minister will present a bouquet of development projects, including 103 Amrit Bharat stations along with Deshnok railway station. DD India correspondent Vishal Baristo brings us this report.
Deshnok railway station is getting ready for the big day. Redeveloped keeping in mind the rich history and culture of Bikaner, the station has a special gallery showcasing the war heroes of independent India. Deshnok is one of the 103 Amrit stations that would be dedicated to the nation by Prime Minister Narendra Modi on May 22nd. The station redevelopment bouquet includes development projects worth 27,000 crores across India.
These used to be very small stations, and what station now it is, we have matched both the old as well as the new one, and the kind of matching what has been done, the kind of importance to our hero and the salutes, what you can see here, what we have given, really it is wonderful.
Before inaugurating the station, Prime Minister Modi would also offer his prayers at the world-famous Karni Mata Mandir. The 16th century temple is known for its rats called Kaaba. According to the legend, spotting a white rat is considered to be auspicious.
650 साल हमारे मंदिर को बने हुए हैं और मंदिर की स्थापना के बाद में पहले पीएम है जो हमारे देश में मां करनी के दर्शन के लिए आ रहे हैं, तो उसके लिए मैं पीएम साहब का बहुत-बहुत हार्दिक आभार और अभिनंदन करना चाहूँगा.
The pilgrims thronging the temple are very excited over the visit of the Prime Minister. People here are expressing their solidarity for Operation Sindoor. Deshnok falls under Bikaner, which is strategically located on the western front, sharing the border with Pakistan.
हमको बहुत ही ज़्यादा खुशी है क्योंकि हम दिल से उनका सम्मान करते हैं. उन्होंने हमारे देश के लिए काफ़ी कुछ किया है और अभी जस्ट ऑपरेशन सिंदूर जो चल रहा था उसमें भी उन्होंने काफ़ी अच्छा योगदान दिया अपना.
प्रधानमंत्री जी हमारे तेजस्वी युवाओं के प्रति ज़्यादा सोचते हैं, ये सोच उनकी मुझे बहुत ज़्यादा अच्छी लगती है. और एक उनका जो यात्रा करने का तरीका है, सब जगह जा जाकर सबसे मिलना जुलना और नई सोच विकसित करना, तो वो मुझे बहुत ज़्यादा पसंद है.
अनाया, ये बताओ प्राइम मिनिस्टर कैसे लगते हैं आपको?
अच्छे.
क्यों?
क्योंकि वो हमसे बहुत प्यार करते हैं और मेरे जैसे बच्चों से बहुत प्यार करते हैं.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi would be the first Prime Minister to offer his prayers and worship here. People are so excited because Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his leadership has shown the world that Operation Sindoor is only a trailer that India has to offer for its enemies. With cameraman Vicky Rajput in Deshnok, this is Vishal Baristo for DD India.
Well, the Government of India has declared a Pakistani official working at the Pakistan High Commission in New Delhi persona non grata for indulging in activities not in keeping with his official status in India. Well, the official has been asked to leave India within 24 hours. Charge d'Affaires Pakistan High Commission was issued a démarche to this effect today. He was asked to strictly ensure that none of the Pakistani diplomats or officials in India misuse their privileges and status in any manner. And India's External Affairs Minister, Dr. S. Jaishankar, is in Copenhagen, where he met Minister for Industry, Business and Financial Affairs, Morten Botskov. The two leaders discussed deepening existing areas of cooperation and exploring new possibilities. He also met with Speaker of the Parliament of Denmark, Søren Gade, and appreciated his solidarity as India resolutely combats terrorism. Jaishankar said India values Gade's sustained support for building relations between the two countries. The External Affairs Minister also met his Danish counterpart, Lars Løkke Rasmussen, in Copenhagen. EAM said Denmark's strong solidarity and support on combating terrorism has been truly commendable. He added that the wide-ranging conversation on bilateral ties and global issues testifies to the strength of our relationship. Well, Jaishankar also met with Indian community representatives in Copenhagen. EAM said diaspora holds the Indian flag high in Denmark and shapes our positive image in this country. And on to some weather news. After persistent summer heat and high humidity over the past few days, a massive dust storm has signaled a sudden change in Delhi-NCR on Wednesday. The Weather Department issued a red alert in several districts with predictions of light to moderate rain accompanied with a thunderstorm, dust storms and gusty winds. But as skies became overcast, heavy rain lashed several parts of the city, while some areas also experienced hailstorms. Flight operations were impacted at the Delhi airport due to heavy rains and thunderstorms. This comes after parts of Punjab and Chandigarh experienced similar weather conditions with thunder showers and hailstorms in many areas. It comes as a relief to Delhi-NCR residents after days of discomfort due to the rising mercury and high levels of humidity. Well, Gujarat roars with pride as the latest Asiatic lion census records 891 lions, a 32% rise since the year 2020. Conducted across 35,000 square kilometers, the survey highlights growing populations in Amreli and new satellite areas like Barda Sanctuary. A major boost for Project Lion and India's wildlife conservation efforts.
The 16th population estimation of Asiatic lions has been officially announced by Chief Minister of Gujarat on 21st May, and the numbers are roaring. Gujarat is now home to 891 lions, marking a remarkable 32.19% increase since 2020 and a 70% rise over the last decade. Prime Minister Narendra Modi hailed the efforts being made under Project Lion, which are ensuring the protection of lions in Gujarat, along with providing them a favourable environment. The census conducted from May 10th to 13th covered 35,000 square kilometres across 11 districts using the direct beat verification method. Over 3,800 personnel, including forest officials, NGOs and locals participated in this mega exercise.
16वीं जो शेरों की गिनती हुई उसकी शुरुआत तो हम लोगों ने मार्च में कर दिया था और उसके लिए काफ़ी तैयारी किया और फिर 10 मई से लेकर 13 मई तक पूरी स्टाफ और बहुत सारे जो वॉलंटियर्स थे प्लस गांव के लोग थे उन्होंने मिलके गिनती में भाग लिया। जो पिछली गिनती थी उसके मुकाबले 32.19% ज़्यादा उसकी संख्या हम लोगों को मिली है।
The lion population includes 196 adult males, 330 adult females, 140 sub-adults and 225 cubs. Amreli district leads with 339 lions, while satellite populations like Savarkundala Lilia and Barda Sanctuary show promising growth. Lions were recorded at 358 locations, with over 44% spotted in non-forested areas, highlighting expanding territories. Thanks to robust conservation efforts under Project Lion, Gujarat has successfully created a second home for lions within the state, securing the future of this majestic species. Taposh Bhattacharya's report for DD India.
And still to come in this edition of DD India Live. Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney says Canada in talks to join Trump's Golden Dome defense system. Suryakumar Yadav powers Mumbai Indians into Indian Premier League playoffs. Welcome back. You are watching DD India Live. I'm Lupakshi Khurana, and moving on, US President Donald Trump has confronted South African President Cyril Ramaphosa with video over discredited claims of a white genocide in South Africa. Trump ambushed Ramaphosa by playing him a video that he claims proves a genocide is being committed against white people, driving farmers to flee to the United States. Trump had staff play a video consisting mostly of years-old clips of inflammatory speeches by some South African politicians that have been circulating on social media. Ramaphosa tried to rebuff the assertions but was frequently interrupted by Trump, who repeated the claims. Responding to the footage, Ramaphosa says the chants don't represent government policy. Well, Canada has confirmed that it is looking at potential investments in US President Donald Trump's proposed $175 billion Golden Dome missile defense shield. Trump said on Tuesday he had selected a design for the project and named a Space Force general to head the program, which is aimed at blocking threats from China and Russia. Canada's Prime Minister Mark Carney said on Wednesday that he had discussed the concept of the Golden Dome a couple of times with the president, but he declined to say how much Canada might spend if it decided to take part in the Dome project.
I think I'll say the following about the situation with air defense or ballistic missile defense, intercontinental ballistic missile defense, broader defense against, including potential missiles that in the not too distant future could come from space. It's one of the reasons why we made the commitment back in March for the over-the-horizon radar, the first phase of the over-horizon radar system, and that was an independent decision that we took. We are conscious that we have an ability, if we so choose, to complete the Golden Dome with investments and partnership. And it's something that we are looking at and something that has been discussed at a high level, but I'm not sure one negotiates on this. These are military decisions.
Well, amid all the talks about Golden Dome, U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth met billionaire Elon Musk and other members of the XAI team at the Pentagon on Wednesday. Well, this is the second known time these two close allies of President Donald Trump have visited the department's headquarters. A Pentagon statement said that the Department of Defense is committed to engaging with AI industry CEOs to ensure our war fighters are equipped to face 21st century threats. Musk's businesses, Starlink and SpaceX, already have a number of Pentagon contracts. Trump's planned Golden Dome missile defense shield, which would require hundreds of sensors and other satellites to keep watch for incoming ballistic missiles, would be a natural fit for SpaceX and its Starlink unit. And after U.S. left the fate of Afghanistan in the hands of Taliban in 2022, now it is reviewing whether to designate the Taliban as a foreign terrorist organization. It was stated by U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, who was testifying before the House Appropriations Committee Subcommittee on State, Foreign Operations and Related Programs.
Well, I believe that classification is now once again under review. As you know, we've had some success over the last few weeks in getting some Americans that were detained released. But we'll have some decisions to make. That designation ultimately will be based on a holistic approach to what we think our future policy is going to be with regards to Afghanistan. We're clearly aware of who they are and what they've done in the past. We'd like to see more cooperation from them on Al-Qaeda and other elements in the country that we'd like to see targeted. So I think that's part of a tool set the president has as leverage to increase cooperation on their part.
Well, the United States and Iran are set to resume nuclear negotiations on May 23rd in Rome, marking the fifth round of talks mediated by Oman since April. Oman confirmed that the nuclear negotiations would continue, comes after days of Washington and Tehran expressing irreconcilable positions on Iranian uranium enrichment. Oman has long served as a mediator between them, facilitating quiet diplomacy amid tensions over Iran's nuclear program and regional security. US officials have said they want Iran not just to scale back its nuclear program, but also to stop enriching uranium altogether, a position that Tehran has said is a non-starter. Enrichment is the process of altering the uranium atom to create nuclear fuel. Iran's Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei also said on Tuesday that his country does not need US permission to enrich uranium. And heavy rain in Australia's southeast triggered flash flooding and cut off entire towns, stranding 50,000 residents as authorities issued snap evacuation orders, with rivers staying above danger levels. Rural towns in the Hunter and mid-north coast regions of New South Wales, Australia's most populous state, were the worst hit from the downpour, with some areas receiving more than 4 months' worth of rain over the past 24 hours. Police said the body of a man was found in a flooded home near Taree. The rural town is one of the worst hit by the floods that have washed away farms and destroyed homes, roads and bridges. Schools are closed while thousands of properties remain without power. And on to some business news. Finance ministers from the group of 7 industrial democracies met on Wednesday with hopes of agreeing on policies to restore global growth and stability. The gathering in Canada, which also includes central bank governors, marks a test of cohesion among the group of 7 advanced economies. While the leaders began the day by exchanging pleasantries during a brief opening ceremony and group photo, the meetings over the next 2 days in Alberta will be about back to basics and will include discussions about excess manufacturing capacity, non-market practices and financial crimes. Finance leaders sought to downplay disputes over Trump's tariffs and find some common ground to keep the forum viable. But G7 members, Japan, Germany, France and Italy all face a potential doubling of reciprocal US duties to 20% or more in early July. Britain negotiated a limited trade deal that leaves it saddled with 10% US tariffs on most goods, and host Canada is still struggling with Trump's separate 25% duty on many exports. And in sports news, Suryakumar Yadav's unbeaten 73 and a late blitz by Namandir powered Mumbai Indians into the Indian Premier League playoffs with a 59-run win over Delhi Capitals. Mumbai posted 180 runs for loss of 5 wickets and then bowled out for opposition for 121 in Mumbai. Spinner Mitchell Santner and pace bowler Jasprit Bumrah took 3 wickets each. 5-time champions Mumbai have joined Gujarat Titans, Royal Challengers Bangalore and Punjab Kings as the top 4 teams. They will battle in the playoffs starting May 29th. Mumbai turned around their fortunes midway through the season. They started with 4 losses in the first 5 matches. Now they have 7 victories in the last 8 outings with 1 more game to play. And India's vibrant presence at the Cannes Film Festival continues to make headlines, and this time it's not just about cinema. At the Bharat Pavilion, actress Pranita Subhash joined a distinguished all-women panel titled Make India a Global Powerhouse. In an exclusive conversation with DD India, Pranita shared her thoughts on India's growing global influence and her own debut at Cannes. Here's more from that inspiring exchange.
We are at the 78th Cannes Film Festival and I'm joined by lovely Pranita Subhash. Welcome to DD India. You made your Cannes debut this year. How is it feeling and how does it feel to at the Cannes this year?
It's always been a dream to be at the Cannes Film Festival at such a lovely platform, and especially our discussion at the India Pavilion was very, very relevant. It's about how India will be what are the greats
are really making their presence felt not at Cannes, at all the film festivals around the world. How do you feel that now we have no regional cinema, there's only Indian cinema which is emerging, and you have been part of that, and how it's feeling to be at the global stage, the cinema, the Indian cinema?
Cinema is breaking language barriers, and whether it's regional cinema, whether it's Hindi cinema, people are watching films for its story, for the acting, for everything else but the language, and that's the beauty of it. I think if we've been able to break that language barrier.
You have been balancing your family, your personal life and your career so well. So tell us about that. How is post-motherhood, you're coming back to big screen and getting up for that, and also any favorite at Cannes you like to watch?
Thank you so much, because I think the biggest compliment for a mom is that you're balancing your career and being a mom, of course. And I think that I'm really looking forward to my comeback film as well. So after my daughter, I did make my debut in Malayalam cinema with Dilip sir. It was the role of a cop and very, very interesting.
We are also waiting for your comeback. That is Pranita Subhash making her debut at the Cannes Film Festival, and we're waiting her to see her back at the silver screen again. With camera person Sumit, this is Jaya Sinha for DD India from Cannes Film Festival.
All right, that's all for this edition of DD India Live, but let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. For those on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and across the world on the DD India mobile app. The app is available on both Android and iOS platforms. Scan the QR code on the screen to download now. Well, we'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Lipakshi Khurana from all of us here in Delhi. Thanks for watching DD India Live.